is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I apologize for the lack of uploads, but kind of going through something right now, so I need a little bit of time. But I decided to make this video, and by the title of this video, it's going to be a video that I'm sure a lot of City fans are going to appreciate. If you go on Twitter, and this is not an accurate representation of our fan base, you go on Twitter, our season is apparently over, even though we're playing in a cup final in about 30 minutes. And I have to leave for work soon, so I'm unfortunately going to miss that, so I apologize yet again. But I am so excited. I'll be watching the game while I'm at work, and I hope to God that we can come away with this Club World Cup trophy and make it 5 trophies in this calendar year. That would be absolutely insane. Manchester City could actually win 5 trophies in a calendar year. So good things are coming, ladies and gentlemen. Good things are coming. 2024 is going to be our year. And so I wanted to just recap a couple of things that have happened over the past 2 weeks. First thing I want to encapsulate is Rico Lewis, Micah Hamilton, and Oscar Bob. I watched that game at work. I put it on the TV while I was in a patient's room, and I saw Oscar Bob score. It was a sensational goal. Oscar Bob, the silky moves, the body feints, and that beautiful finish with his left foot into that bottom right-hand corner. It was absolutely amazing. And by the way, this is from the City store. It's apparently called an oversized sweatshirt with the oversized ship on it. But yeah, not really know how I feel about the shoulders here. But regardless, it makes me look pretty tough. But regardless. Red Star Belgrade, we beat them 3-1. Calvin Phillips got his first goal, so I'm really happy for him. And we're through to the knockout stages. We're going to be playing Copenhagen, thanks to UEFA, in the round of 16. And honestly, I'm really happy. And to those people that are saying our season is over, no, that's just ridiculous. Another player that I wanted to highlight in this video is Matías Núñez, especially in that Club World Cup semifinal and the game against Red Star Belgrade. Yes, it's not the best opposition. Yes, it's not Champions League semifinal quality opposition, but Matías Núñez, his ability to drive with the ball and his pace is absolutely amazing. He gives us a different kind of element that we didn't have with someone like İlkay Gündoğan. And possibly even Fernandinho and other midfielders as well. No disrespect to those players. No disrespect to Kovacic and Calvin Phillips or anything, but Matías Núñez, his pace is pretty remarkable. It's actually pretty remarkable. He had this really long, like 30, 40-yard drive against Urawa. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but the team from Asia in the Club World Cup semifinal. Great fans, by the way. They were bouncing up, playing their drums the entire 90 minutes. It was absolutely amazing to see. So we're playing Fluminense in the final. We're going to be playing Marcelo, Felipe Melo. I think Alano is there too. Did I say Alano or was it somebody else? But regardless, a lot of familiar names in that Brazilian side, and they have been on the losing side in a Club World Cup final a lot. I think Liverpool, Chelsea, and I think Liverpool, Chelsea, and a couple other teams have beaten them. I think Real Madrid also beat a Brazilian team in the final. So this is not an easy task. This is not an easy task by no stretch of the imagination. Another thing I wanted to highlight is Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips most likely will be going, as I predicted, like 3.5 months ago. And it might actually be a permanent transfer. I don't think that's likely. I saw rumors of a permanent transfer, but I think a loan might be the most realistic choice. I think I'm looking at either Juventus or Newcastle. Manchester City aren't really looking to sign any senior players. I know we were linked with Joshua Kimmich because of his fallout with Thomas Tuchel, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's a little bit of a pipe dream in my opinion. Frankie de Jong is another option that I've heard touted on Twitter and on other social media sites over the last couple of weeks. Barcelona's apparent fire sale in January might have something to do with that. Listen to me, I would 100% not reject Frankie de Jong, but I don't think it's going to happen. It would cost around £100 million to even get it, to get the negotiations even started with FC Barcelona. I don't think they really need the money because Real Madrid and Barcelona are going to be getting €1 billion each for creating the Super League. Very proud of my team for rejecting the Super League. Very proud of a lot of other Premier League clubs and a lot of other big teams around the world rejecting the Super League. I don't know why, but it could just be it could just be horseplay by Perez to scare away the UEFA, the new Champions League format. But yeah, you never know. I hope the Super League doesn't really happen. Fenerbahce, Galatasaray, and Beşiktaş, the three biggest clubs in Turkey, are agreeing to it. So as a Fenerbahce fan, I am really sad about it. I don't want to see Fenerbahce in a Super League, but it's out of my control, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad that Manchester City have rejected it, but regardless, I'm not. Just go away. Just go away. So the main part of this video is 2024. As you can see from your latest feeds on Twitter, YouTube, Kevin De Bruyne is back in training, and it is better than any signing we could ever possibly make in January. So he is. I don't want to risk him in the Club World Cup final. I don't want to risk him for our last two. I think we have 2 remaining Premier League games before the New Year's. I don't want to play Kevin De Bruyne in any of those under no circumstances. I want him back in the beginning of January because I think we're playing Newcastle away from home in a Premier League match in January. It's either the end of January or the beginning of February. Our fixture list for the beginning of the new year looks very favorable to Manchester City. Look, I understand a lot of you think that our season is over. I am not on that train. I have never been on that train. I have spent the first 5.5, 6 years watching this club not win a single goddamn trophy until the 2011 FA Cup. I know what it's like to go trophyless. I've done it. I've seen my club go trophyless so many times. It's an incredibly privileged position to be in, watching this club day in and day out fight like this, play like this, with the best manager possibly in the history of football, with one of the greatest, if not the greatest midfielder in the history of the Premier League. And Erling Haaland, that first through ball that Kevin De Bruyne is going to make to Erling Haaland is going to hit like ice cold water on a hot day in the desert. It is going to be a incredible sight, and I cannot wait to see that first through pass. I can't wait to see a breakaway, Kevin De Bruyne running, and then Erling Haaland in space. That beautiful threaded ball to him. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Another player I wanted to talk about is Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker. He's been criticizing. He's been saying some stuff on Twitter, and I support him 100%. I don't support any slander for Kyle Walker at all. Remember, this is our greatest right back, possibly our greatest right back in Premier League history. Obviously, we've had some other incredible right backs in our entire history that have won Player of the League awards in the 1900s. But in terms of the Premier League era, Kyle Walker, yeah, I think he might be the best. We can talk about Zabaleta. I love Zabaleta, but Kyle Walker is just that guy, and he hasn't been doing. I'm a fair man. He hasn't been doing well over the past couple of games, but it's fine. Form is temporary, class is permanent, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, his pace is dwindling, but Kyle Walker is still our player. So I'm so happy to see him play in the Club World Cup final today, and I hope he wins that trophy. It's going to complete his trophy cabinet for club football, and he deserves it 100%. He is an excellent football player, an all-timer. He could fit into any Premier League all-time 11 in that right back spot. Obviously, there's players like Gary Neville, Ivanovic. I really like Ivanovic. I think he's one of the best defensive fullbacks the Premier League has seen in a quite long time. There's obviously other players like Zabaleta, obviously, but Kyle Walker is that guy. So no slander for Kyle Walker under any circumstances. Nobody's above criticism. If he keeps performing badly, obviously he deserves to be benched, but just because a player has a bad couple of games, that does not mean anything. Next, I want to talk about Phil Foden. Phil Foden has been playing in the midfield a lot over the past couple of weeks, and it's been working. Some of the threaded passes he's been making to our wingers has been absolutely incredible. I'm so happy to see Phil Foden grow in that midfield position. Unfortunately, as he's starting to get good, Kevin De Bruyne is coming back, so you never know. So I also wanted to talk about Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish has been getting a lot of slander on YouTube, Twitter, social media yet again. He is the most unlikable player in world football. I don't really understand it. Every time we play another team, every time he gets the ball, you could just cue the boos. The script is already written, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody likes him. Okay, you don't like his playing style. He's not the winger that we traditionally want. He's not that winger that gets by 6, 7, 8 players. He's not a Jeremy Doku. He's not a Ronaldinho. He's not a Vinicius Jr. and people don't like him because of that. But I love Jack Grealish. He's a fantastic player for our football club. I love him to death. He is going to keep growing. He's going to keep getting better and better, and he is just a sensational player. 3 goals in his last Premier League games. He's going to continue scoring goals this season. I am sure of it. 2024. The main point of this video is going to be our year. Doku is coming back. Kevin De Bruyne is coming back. Erling Haaland is going to be coming back in the next couple of weeks. We should be seeing all 3 of those players come back in the next couple of weeks, and it is a incredible sight. Kovacic and Matheus Nunes are getting better and better and better. They're not really liked from a lot of City fans. A lot of City fans don't actually like Kovacic and Matheus Nunes, but they are getting better. The quality is still there. Kovacic drives a lot and he loses the ball a lot. I understand that. He needs to do better. Matheus Nunes, when he wants to... That's the point with Matheus Nunes. When he wants to try hard and when he wants to play good, he plays good. You can tell he doesn't want to do it in other games. It's not really his fault. I'm not going to judge a player coming on in the 85th minute and not performing. I would never do that. There's also been some compilation videos of Julian Alvarez, especially from the specific Twitter user, about his performance against Crystal Palace, how he was absolutely woeful in a lot of people's eyes. Yeah, look, Julian Alvarez didn't play well at all. There were a lot of times where I didn't even notice him in that game against Crystal Palace. It's fine. It happens. I don't know why we come to harsh conclusions and we're so reactionary as a fan base. There's been a lot of racism against that Twitter user from Argentinians. I obviously don't support that. That is just awful in my opinion. Not really going to talk about it more in this video because why would I? It doesn't represent a whole population. I would never say anything like that. But Julian Alvarez will come back. Kyle Walker will get better. Our defense actually kept a clean sheet. I know it was against a side from Asia in the Club World Cup semifinal, but we kept a clean sheet for the first time in 75 years. So baby steps, ladies and gentlemen, baby steps. We are playing Huddersfield in the FA Cup at our next round on January 7th, I believe. 4th in the Premier League. And Arsenal is top. I think we're what are we, 7 points or 5 points? I think we're 5 points behind Arsenal. I know Liverpool tied Manchester United, and that was that caused a lot of uproar with the Liverpool fans, especially my last short with that Liverpool fan, Anfield Agenda, wanting Salah to be sold to Saudi Arabia. I could not believe my ears when I heard that statement. It was absolutely ridiculous. Arsenal's on 39 points, Manchester City's on 34, so we are 5 points off the top of the table. Without players like Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne in our last couple of games, especially De Bruyne in our last 3 to 4 months. So, yeah, I am very excited for the second half of this season. In terms of signings in the January transfer window, I'm looking at Andre, the Brazilian from Fluminense. So we're going to see a very good close-up view of him in the Club World Cup final later today. So be on the watch out for Andre. Watch his highlights because by the time you're going to be watching this video, it's going to be past the Club World Cup final. But regardless, other signings, I mean, obviously we're looking at Wirtz and Musiala, but I think we'd have a better chance of signing those 2 players in the summer. Bayer Leverkusen is making the Bundesliga watchable. So one of the biggest reasons why is because I think they have the best left back in world football right now, and that's Grimaldo. The best fullback pairing in Europe, in my opinion, with Grimaldo and Jeremy Frimpong. I mean that 100%. That is the best fullback pairing in football. I'm going to say that again. Grimaldo and Frimpong. They get a goal or an assist pretty much every single match, and they're defensively incredible. Bayer Leverkusen, Xabi Alonso has done an incredible job. So there's no way they're going to sell Florian Wirtz. I would think that if we got Musiala or somebody got Musiala, that Bayern Munich would heavily, because Bayern Munich likes to take players from other teams in the Bundesliga, which is one of the reasons why the Bundesliga is not as exciting as it should be. It's a respectable league. All jokes aside, I watch Bundesliga games every single season. But Wirtz or Musiala, if I were to go for one, I would probably go for Musiala, but Florian Wirtz is an incredible player. So, yeah, 2024 is going to be our year. This is a rather long video, a single take, but I wanted to speak a lot to all of you guys. Hope all of you are having a fantastic end to your December. Hope all of you are going to have I hope I wish you all a very good Christmas, a very good New Year's. I will be back soon. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Manchester City will be back in 2024. We will be there.